Okay, so now we're on Zoom, and we can use this as content for video. I can split the audio out of it, so then I have an audio for a podcast. And then if you want to have somebody transcribe this, you can actually make blog entries out of it, or an ebook. But if you want to make quote unquote blog entry or social media entries, you just take the top couple of minute topics, like maybe one or two really good sentences, and then you can take like a 90-minute video conference like this and turn it into a month's worth of stuff.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I definitely haven't put those things together in my head.
Yeah, that's why you're talking to me. So this is what I do all day. I seem to do very well in the coaching forum, because a lot of these people don't do anything, and it's fun. I'm like, oh, this is my world. I think that everyone knows this stuff. Like, oh yeah, let me help you out. So I just help somebody else with like 2 pieces of information. They're like, oh my God, that's genius. How do I do that? I'm like, okay.
It's true. We us from the kind of, I guess, caring industries are renowned for being remarkably crap at exactly what you're talking about.
which is fine. I just want to make sure that you get paid on stuff. So just want to just tell me either 3 things, like one, your power statement. Like if I just met you, the one powerful statement that would ask you more questions. And then if you did like your normal elevator speech, what would that sound like?
Gosh, this is going to reveal how unprepared I am for these types of questions. In terms of a statement about what I do, I am a coach who works with fathers who want to improve their relationships at home and how they feel in themselves.
Okay.
It needs improvement.
No, that's fine. I worked with somebody that the same thing. The word coach now has such a bad rap. You have to try to avoid using that word. I had somebody that was a coach to, what did she say? Something like she was like a coach to the IT world. And then we changed her out saying, I am a high performance coach for IT professionals that will cultivate your human genius. Like I have it on video a bunch of times. I've posted it too, because it didn't sound like anything that we started with.
Yeah, you're right. Coaching has got a bad rep, which is a shame. I guess I don't know. I kind of the industry sometimes kills me in I don't know, some of the language that's used. I think the only way I can describe my work is coaching.
Okay.
I use a coaching model.
Okay, well, I'll give you 2 things. I did a little keyword research that father ranks 1,000,000 times better than dad, because anybody can be a dad and get somebody pregnant. Oh, I'm a dad now. But being a father is something people sought out to be. So I don't know if you have like a pen and paper, or if you have like some notes.
Yeah, okay, I'm making a couple of notes as you're talking.
Here's the easy exercise. If you actually make like a small checklist and identify as many as you can, just like, what problem are you solving? If I work with you, what goes away? Just list a couple of those right now. And then when you're done with those, I'll give you the next question. Because I said this is going to make your marketing a zillion times easier. I know I speak English, but you actually know it. So I apologize for the wrong words.
You speak English.
I know it's my country, but it's your language. I get it. That's what most of the people that visit us say.
Okay.
All right. So read me a couple of problems that I'm a father that I might have.
See, maybe this is something I'm going to have to put a lot more thought into. I think the things that I'm kind of coming up with are the themes that come up in coaching, rather than the things that are going to actually tap into people's immediate sense of, oh, that's me. That's something that
right, because you're dealing with the 2 extra struggles are you're dealing with men that have to admit they have a problem first, and then they have to seek the help for it. So that's your two biggest challenges right off the bat: the sex you picked, and then you have to, you're dealing with somebody. You got that alpha man thing. I don't have problems. I'll figure it out on my own.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's the reason why the market is not crowded.
It is, but here's the thing. We have to do these. I'll just ask you these two questions, and I'll tell you how to, do something with these two things.
So I guess I see my unique selling point, as it were, within the industry, within the coaching industry. That my background is in systemic therapy, so I was a therapist for families. And I'm also a trained coach, which is a very, very different model to systemic therapy. Okay. So coaching is, I think, fantastic for anyone who wants to make changes, who has ambitions, who wants to improve things now, who wants to be quite practical about it, and who needs focus and direction and motivation and skills cultivation, etc. But actually, what's often missing is the kind of the real skill set and in-depth work around the things that are the current barriers. So the things that are kind of getting in people's way when they're trying to make changes. And for a lot of fathers, I found that a lot of those challenges are bound up with family life, and are bound up with how they experience family life. And so that's where the kind of systemic work comes in. That's where I can bring in some of the tools from systemic therapy to support fathers with the challenges that they're facing at home and get out of those ruts.
Okay, so at least you got the word coach, and you're dealing with men, so you could always do sports analogies, which that doesn't hurt as much. It's like, yeah, if I want to be the best football player, I need a coach. If you want to be the best dad, you need a coach too. So at least you can play that game. With a lot of the men in the sports and coaching, they understand that fact. Mm-hmm. And then there's a game I call Babble. You have to go sit with somebody that has no idea what you're talking about and have a bell. And every time they say a word that they don't understand, they hit the bell, and you have to either not use that word or you have to bridge it with what that means.
Like systemic.
Yeah, I have no idea what that ding. I would like hit the bell like 17,000. Here's the thing. All you really have to do, I know you're probably very well educated and you have very formal training. At the end of the day, I give you money. What do I get in return?
Is that a question?
Yeah. So if I give you $1,000, what do I get? Are you giving me something that I can take to the bank and run with? Am I losing a bad feeling? Am I sustaining my relationship? Because I just did some keyword research. Saving my marriage versus improve your relationship. Two completely different set of search volume. So save my marriage has a lot more than improve your relationship. Mm-hmm. And then prevent divorce rather than save my marriage. So if you can, whatever they said, that's why you need to get, if you can get the actual problems you solve or the results I get, and then you can do a little bit of keyword research, and then you can make specific videos explaining how to do that. And at the end, you make your offer of, if you really want to do this, I recommend you come to my class, come to my webinar, download my book, have a conversation. Interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't actually. I've used keywords in other circumstances, but I haven't used those searches for the actual wording that I'm using on my website and that I'm using in my posts. So I think that's a really, really good idea. Thank you.
Because it'll come up. Now, how many men have you helped so far?
As a coach, in terms of working for myself, none. I've only just launched or put the word out there for the very first time that I am doing this work as a therapist, and also as a coach in other settings, working for other people. Lots, hundreds.
Okay, well, if you want to do this on your own, I always recommend you get one. Basically, it's called a ground zero case study. Help one person. Even I know you want to keep it anonymous, but if they're willing to do it on video, like you and I are doing, you do the whole 12 sessions, and then you have a videographer cut it up to the major factors. And you say, hey, watch me get Joe from brink of divorce, losing his kids, to happily married and in love like they're teenagers. I'd want to watch that.
It's a really good idea. Yeah.
It does work. So unfortunately, your trust comes after the experience. So if I can watch a few people go through the experience, then I trust you more before I even meet you. And then when I call you, I'm ready to give you money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good idea. And I
There's
really
a couple
like the
ways
idea
to do
of
it, but
filming the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to start again on your ground zero of what do I get? You got to figure out what problems men are having. So maybe you do a quick ask campaign through just some men in some of these marriage groups. Actually, I would go on the mom groups and then say, hey, I know you probably have a bad relationship. What don't you like about your husband? What could I help your husband with? And they'll tell you all the problems that he has, because as a guy, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I didn't know I shouldn't have the phone. I'm actually an old school person. I don't take the phone anywhere with me, but I know a lot of these guys like, what? I showered yesterday. I don't need to shave. It's like, this is not the guy I dated and married. Because some of it
I'm sure there has something to say. Yeah.
And again, you got to go somewhere on that. So it's so, like I said, men are actually looking for save my marriage versus women look for improve your relationship. Men look for save my marriage. And this is all documented. You can do your own research as well.
So really your main question the main thing that I need to be answering clearly in my post is what problem I'm solving and how.
Correct. Like, I'll give you an example. Just say I was selling like life insurance for single dads. Oh no, you work with married couples, correct? So, or you
and single dads as well.
Just say this is a single dad. I want to sell life insurance. So maybe I make a video of a daddy and daughter, and they're having fun, and then all of a sudden I fade out to black, and then she's all by herself. And I said, hey, when you're gone, will she still be okay?
So kind of tapping into those immediate, tangible fears that
right, because that just happened. Like you can see yourself. Oh, I play with my daughter, and then bam, she's all by herself crying. Like, if you're gone, well, you should be okay. It's like, my name's Mike. I take care of life insurance. I'm going to make sure if anything ever happens to you, that you have proper will planning done. You know she's going to get proper care and go to the right friend or family member. And I'm going to make sure that she never has to work a day in her life, because I'm going to make sure that you have enough insurance policy to cover that. If you'd like to protect your daughter, give me a call. Just like that. I do this all the time for people. So it's like, fun for me. But is that
how you work? So you do videos and
I write scripts. I fix ads for people, but it really goes down to being that simple, and I can grab any prop and talk about it and relate it to your business. Like I can do that right now. I'm going to talk about fixing a relationship. Or here, I have a water bottle though. I have a water bottle, and it's almost empty. Is your relationship empty because you don't fill it with the right stuff, like taking care of your wife, going out, buying her presents, complimenting her? If you don't want an empty water bottle, my name's Mike. Give me a call, and I'm going to give you top 10 things so you can fill your bottle so you can have overabundant love. I mean, you just literally grab any random object and do it to it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it takes some practice, but once you have the 3 pains and the 3 solutions, you can go all day long because you already have it in your head of what you solve.
Do you find that, particularly when you're working with coaches or you're working with people in similar fields, that part of the problem with this is that so basically the way that I work is like clients will decide for themselves what their goal areas are, and we're pretty broad. So for me in my work, so long as it's relating to, or so long as kind of being a father is a component of what's going on, is a component of what they want to work on. It could be anything from work-life balance to marital relationships to relationships with your kid. it's maybe it's too broad to be able to market in a really clear way. So maybe I need to kind of hone in on the three things that I'm really most essentially offering.
Well, you have a combination. If number one, if you want to keep everything broad, you can treat yourself like an event planner where, okay, I got you in because you needed a photographer. Okay, let's take care of the photography issue first. And by the way, let me take my A to Z list out. Do you need audiovisual equipment? Do you need a bakery item? Do you need a caterer? Do you need a DJ? You can literally go A to Z once you book them on one specific item. So yeah, pick your three, but then you can go deep by offering the other services. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be a generic coach, you'll get nothing because everyone's a life coach, everyone's a relationship coach. But if you say, I specifically help single dads get new relationships so they can have a new family unit even when the old wife is gone. Mm-hmm. That's a specific problem. Because now I know who to refer you to or refer to you. Or if you want to say, I work with young married couples with kids under, actually, you could even do it by age group of kids, which is a lot easier because then you can do paid advertising based on schools. And you can go anywhere within a school district, women over whatever age, and literally while they're sitting at the gate waiting for their kids to come out of school. And they'll see that when they're scrolling through Facebook feed.
Does it help if the kind of the thing that I'm really focusing on already has a kind of community around it?
No, then you just have to become the super person of that community, be the hero there. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're in the 7-figure tribe group, so obviously you're learning how to build your own tribe and do that. But if you have to really start at
I've not. I've just joined the Facebook group. I've not done the program.
Okay, well, no, it's a group, so obviously you want to get into that. So again,
I mean, to be honest, I've just been like, yeah.
Who have you given the best results to? I would even go there. Who can you give the best results to?
I think probably it's on a focus on parenting and on relationships with your children. Because my background is, as I said, as a systemic therapist, but that's mainly.
Now, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Sorry, that's it's a type of family therapy.
Okay.
So it's working with families. I mean, this was in the health service, so these were families that were really, really going through the worst of it. Maybe had a suicidal child, where there was complete communication breakdown within the family, complete relational breakdown. No one was able to problem solve together, communicate effectively, seek each other out for support. No one was aligned on what they were trying to achieve as a family. There was huge disconnect and isolation within the family. And it's basically helping parents to build the skills that they need to be able to parent their children effectively and strengthen their bonds with their children and solve big communication rifts, and to be able to be available, be emotionally available for their children when there's other stuff getting in the way. So I think that's probably like my main skill set. I think what I'm deciding more and more that I would like to do with, as I said, I'm at this really early stage and kind of trying to make some big decisions about what my coaching offer is going to look like. And I think I probably want to work with fewer people and maybe have a slightly higher price package that is more intensive. So I'll probably need to look at a market of fathers who are kind of probably slightly higher earners who are able to afford a sort of maybe £2,000 package for 6 months of coaching or something like that.
By the way. Well, I can't do your conversion. That's like double my money, isn't it?
Well, I don't want to rob people.
Well, no, I think it's like isn't a pound almost like $2 American money?
No.
At one point, I know it was
not anymore.
At one point, I was telling people to go buy Bentleys in England and then bring them back over because that's like double your money. I mean, and the other way around. Telling people to buy Bentleys in America, then ship them back over because it was a half price
my mum told
Bentley.
me, like, those years ago. She was like $600, and I was like, oh, don't be silly. Yeah,
we're
now
about the same currency then.
Yeah, now
okay, well, here's the thing. If you want to go by currency, break it down to the lowest possible denominator. So just go. Let me just give me a minute. I got a calculator here. So even if you want to do, like I said, 2,000 pounds, divide by how many sessions is that?
2,000 pounds.
You said 6 months. How many sessions a month?
Actually, I think I was thinking more 4 months. So I think I calculated that it was 12 sessions. So it's about £70 a session or something like that.
166 for 12.
Is it 166 per session?
That's some change, yeah. If you do them by 12 and it's an hour session?
Yeah.
Okay. So at least you have you should know you want to be about $200 a session, which that sounds really average. That's really good. And you have the prices on your website, which I have in front of me, which that might not be the best thing. That might be a conversation versus but for you specifically, you have good words. Well, let me go to your courses. Because this is where I said that just doing a quick review.
Yeah.
You kind of said you have courses for dad, pre-birth to 2, and then you have a picture, and then it's like a lot of money. It's like, okay. But you have not, for 700, that's pounds, right? So 700 pounds, but you have not given me any basis to that. So if you said this thing is 700 pounds, and let me explain what happens. In day 1, we have an hour conversation. Then day 2, we have an hour conversation with the family. And then, session 3, we all get together on a recorded call. And then I give you a copy of the call. You can go over it. I send you emails. And it's like, wow, okay, that's a lot of stuff. At least I know I'm getting something versus you're going to call me up and it's going to be $100 a call or $200 a call. But if you have basis of why it's that much, if you take the price off, that's fine. But with no basis, it doesn't mean anything. It's 8 phone calls, hands-on. You have handouts, notes, homework, WhatsApp, email between. But if you actually had even a 2-minute video, it sounds worth it a little bit more. Let's say you get to call me 8 times, and most of my clients, I give them an extra call with no charge. That's actually a bonus for you. You're going to get handouts. Let me show you the handout. These are I hand did these, and you get a copy. You can take this book home, and the more stuff you can stack actually in your hand, it just looks really cool. You get homework, you get tasks, you get this magazine, and then you get access to the private Facebook group. As you know, that's usually about $45 a month when it's included in your membership. And if you ever want to do this again, you're never going to pay full price once you're a client, because I want to make sure that your marriage sustains and you're happy. So you'll never, ever pay this price ever again. It'll always be a special members only price. So give me click the button and we'll set up a call. So
do you think the membership thing is a good way to sell it?
No, you already sold it as a membership. You get access to the private membership group. That's a membership. Whether you're paying for that or not, you can tell people, hey, that's usually, that group alone is about $49 a month. But once you're a client of mine, you get that absolutely free, and you get VIP pricing so I can help you out and make sure that you have a happy relationship. Again, this is just your words. All I did is just kind of as seen on TV it.
Yeah.
It's just a little more sensational.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But as you explain it, it sounds like now you can justify it. And I work with a planner company, and he was trying to do all these giveaways. And I said, if you could put the most stuff he had in his hand, he's like, 'cause I was just doing it here. He's like, that just looks like an amazing package. And I know it's just 4 things because it's physically in your hand. And it's like, for $99, you get all this stuff that I can barely hold.
Yeah, interesting. And I've lowered down. I've kind of put what each course includes. But you're right. I haven't made that clear.
It's a list. It doesn't mean anything. Right. It's a list to me.
It doesn't mean anything in terms of like what we're actually going to do.
Right. Let me go. I'll just pick another random one you have. How about fathering through changes and challenges? So if I'm experiencing or recovering from time of upheaval, stress, personal challenge, loss, so you have the right sentence, but the video should be maybe a little sadder on a background, like a darker background, little maybe the sad music, that kind of music with that kind of tone, and you say, "Gentlemen, have you experienced a loss? Has your wife passed away? Are you now a single dad and you weren't ready for that? Well, my name's Mike. I'm going to help you through that. In fact, we're going to problem solve together, and I have a highly effective method for basically equipping you for the problems, help you understand your situation. You're going to understand your child and improve that relationship. I'm going to show you how to read the behavior cues, because here's your kid act up. You know what? It's not their fault, but I'm going to show you why they're doing that. You want to take my class now, and it's your stuff, So all you have to do is really read it, because you know exactly what's going on because you wrote it. But you have to explain each sentence, and I'll give you the magic words. It's either what's in it for me or what's so great about that. After you read every sentence, if you can ask the question of what's in it for me or what's so great about that, you'll be able to better explain it.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm gonna teach you conflict resolution skills, and then what's so great about that? Well, once you learn conflict resolution skills, you'll be able to manage stressful situations when they come up with the misbehaving child. Then you do the next thing, and what's so great about that is once you learn this skill, I said you own these skills for life. You pay for them one time, and you'll own them for life, and you can pass them on for generation to generation, and you can actually change the legacy of your family just by learning and teaching these skills to your own family.
Sounds good. I want to come on that course.
And it's your class. If you get the copy redone and then you read it and you want to take the class, that's how you know you did a good job. It's like, I want to take my own stuff.
How do you make any money when you're giving all of this good information away for free? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, same thing. I like to help people. See, here's what I do. I'll make sure that you make money, and then when you're making more money and you want to scale up, you'll hire me later.
It's a very good plan.
In this group,
you sold your skills very well.
Yeah, well said. In this group specifically, you're supposed to do do a phone call and just help each other out. I'm in several groups where I help people out, and then I get just like last minute, hey, I'll give you money to rewrite this ad for me or whatever. But why I record everything too, because I don't have to do free stuff anymore, because anybody asks me or challenges me, I'm like, oh, I have about 500 hours. What's your problem? Let me go look it up in the archives, and I'll send you the link to that video.
If they challenge you, what do you mean?
Somebody basically, if you were in just say we're in a marketing group and somebody says, oh, I can write ads, and I don't believe you can write ads really well. It's like, well, would you like me to see a 3-hour session of me going from I'm a coach to tech to IT people to going from that one power statement took an hour, and then going through an entire I made this woman like a course in about 3 hours just from the conversation. It's like, if you want to watch me talk to somebody confused to making a course in about 3 hours, here's the link to the video. And then you're like, wow, I want to do that, because I ask specific questions that get you to think.
Yeah, I've definitely written them all down.
No, you'll have a copy.
Got a lot of thinking to do.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to recommend for your tools that you're going to use Google Voice, which is actually, I don't know if it'd be free for you. Yeah, I don't know how the international calling works on Google Voice, but domestically you can record the calls. So I always have people call me on the recorded line, and then when we're done, I upload it to a shared folder, and then you always have access to it. So if you're doing this with your clients, it actually, you can either use it as an upsell, or you can just use it as a value added. So it's like if you want to be anonymous, what we're going to do is record all the calls so you can bring it back to your family if the issues come up again. You can listen to it as a family, and you can have an at-home therapy session at any time because all the calls are recorded. If you miss something and you want to redo it, you can always listen to the calls again. You can write down the answers through email and email it to me, and we'll help you out that way. because you're offering email support. But I said you have a lot of options to go with. But I would literally go to a ground zero style, because for coaching specifically, you need a ground zero, because again, everything happens after the experience. And testimonials, nobody really cares about. But if you record them and get them cut up nicely, like if you ever watch any Tony Robbins commercials, he'll say, watch me cure Joe of a 5-year stuttering problem. Give me your information. It's like, okay. Or you could do the same thing. If you could do like that stage style of just having, if you can do, I don't know what you can do quickly on somebody, like to cure them of something or to give them a confidence booster. If you can just do that to a couple of men, you can put that as your watch me do like a demo video. So let me see what options you have. Because you definitely need a video on your first. I know you did them on Facebook, your 30-day challenge. So good job on that. But just I said the word coaching is scary. The first thing I see is how coaching works. What's coaching for dads? Like, I don't even know who you are. But it said if you have it, it's very well written. But you got to remember, this is not bookwork anymore, and it's not college. I have the attention span of about 6 seconds, and I don't want to read. And if you don't believe that people don't want to read, take the voice option off your phone. Because in 2019, Google is going to be bringing you voice results of video and voice.
So you think I should just start off with a video straight away?
Absolutely. And then you said, but once we need that problem list. So you got to list all the problems that you can go backwards. You can list all the solutions first and then go back and find the problems. Because that's what the coach is supposed to do, is find the problems. But if I know that I'm going to have a better marriage, I'm going to be able to communicate with my children better. Because then you can go back and do the little script like that. I'll give you an example. So you can say, hey, in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to show you how to communicate with your daughter when she has temper tantrums in the middle of a grocery store without any formal education or and you can just do a couple of bad things where people don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that with no prior parenting skills and no formal education.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And you just make little short, 2 to 5 minute videos. And when you do the better ones, like I know you're doing your 5 minute YouTube video, your Facebook lives, but you can say, dads, if you've just become a single dad and you're really interested in being the best single dad for your daughter, listen close. I need you to shut off all distractions, get in a quiet place, and get ready to take notes. And if you're serious about the relationship with your daughter between now and she's 19 and moves out to college, you need to pay attention. And then and that's like, okay, wow, this is a serious thing. Let me get a pen and take some notes. But I said you're in a position where you need to show the trust is after the fact, not before it. Because you can go back to the point of, are you a busy mom versus are you a single working mother with 2 kids, 3 jobs, and barely enough money? And after you do this math, you're negative broke. Do you need help? You feel like you're out of control? Because most people will just say, hey, attention busy moms. But you have to get that really specific person in your head. Give her a name. I did this for somebody else. I told them to get their specific client, go on Google, go grab a random picture, and then give her a name. And then we're like, he did the email. Like, help me find Julie. It's like, what? It was like the funniest email ever. You took it literally, but it worked for him. It's like, help me find Julie. Hi, Julie's a 35-year-old woman that's single, that has a great job, has a dog, and needs to find a single-family house for herself. Who do you know? Because now I have a specific picture of somebody in my head. So if you can just get like a couple of men in your head specifically, it'll help people give you the referrals. And say, hey, help me find Dave. Dave is 33 years old. He's in a relationship. He has a 4-year-old daughter. He works all the time. He's always playing games, always on the phone, and does not appreciate his wife. But his wife wants him to do better. Deep down, Dave wants to have a better marriage, but he just needs help. Help me find Dave. And you put that out to women because they will tell you who that Dave is. I had a couple other notes for you. Give me this.
Okay. Do you say I can listen to this back again?
Yeah, it's recording now. It takes about 20 minutes to render, and I'll put it on a shared Google. Actually, I just need your email though.
Thank you.
Just IM me your email. That's why I record it, because sometimes you say something genius and you forget about it. And it's like, oh, what did I say? Don't worry, we'll listen to it later.
Yeah, these are really, really good ideas. I think probably the most important thing you said, which is kind of painfully obvious now that you've said it, is just the thing about kind of like having, the 3 things that are my core offer, the core things that I respond to as a coach. And honing in on those things and making those things really central to all of my marketing.
Right, but as if I'm a dad, targeted. You have to figure out my problem first, or you got to take away my pain, or you got to bring me to pleasure. One of those 2 things need to happen. So I don't care what method you use. You have to make it clear to me that you're going to do one of those 2 things. And then once I'm in your grasp, then you tell me, I use XYZ method to do that. Because nobody cares about the method. They just want the end result. Like, I don't care how you make ice cream. If you do it like a Amish person and it takes you a week, or you do it in a blender with the nitrous oxide, it takes you 30 seconds. At the end of the day, I still get ice cream. Not my problem how you made it.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's why you really. So I know you have a fiance. I don't know if you want to talk to him and maybe talk about. Well, I've said you've had hundreds of men of experience of the problem, so I would take the less mentally challenging one, because you don't want to talk about. I wouldn't want to deal with any more people who have kids with suicide. That's a draining day.
Yeah,
but there is if you're gonna go if you're going that route, you can. I would say that as a me video saying, hey, my name's Mike. I've worked with hundreds of people, and specifically moms who have kids that are suicidal. And I know your situation is not that bad, but just know that I've been there and I can help you before it becomes that problem. And you have the advantage of everyone's on pills right now.
Yeah.
You could say, hi, hey, parents of like, 10-year-old girls. Was your child just diagnosed with something and the doctor just put her on pills? I don't want that for your child. She doesn't have the problem. She just needs some more guidance. So my goal, my mission is to get your children to be drug-free and happy. And I don't want that to strain your relationship. So if the current diagnosis of your child having to be on any kind of mental health medication, please give me a call. I want to help you cope with that and then possibly fix your family unit so you can be drug-free and happy.
Yeah, so really like hitting those pain points, the things that people are most worried about.
Right, because you already see it on the back end. You're getting it when it's too late. You're not the EMT. You're the hospital. You want to be like that immediate, I'm going to fix the emergency, or you want to be preventive maintenance. Because I don't know that my kid's going to be suicidal, but I do know that the second they get diagnosed and have to be on pills, that's number one where it starts and it gets to your point. So you can get people early. It's like, hey, do you have a kid with a behavioral problem? Before you take him to the doctor and the doctor prescribes him on some crazy medication that makes people like want to mass kill people, don't make your son the next, mass shooting. Unfortunately, that's where we are now in the society. If you want to even go there and hit that point, don't make your son or daughter the next, mass killer. Let's take care of that early. Let's show them how to fix the relationship between you and your child. Let's keep everybody off pills. And if you could have a future cause, people get behind that. Now, Mark says that also. You need that future cause. Because if you're giving more of the same, you're just like everybody else. But if you have a future cause of, I want to have drug-free children. I want people off mental health drugs. I want to eradicate mental health drugs in the next 10 years, like in my area.
I think for me, it's I want there to be a world where there's no fatherless children.
Okay, so that's a huge cause too.
Yeah, where dads
you want to either like kind of like an end divorce, or you want to. So you have to keep it where it's going to be a mission. So no. You don't want to keep it too negative where it's like, fatherless or family unit stays together. Depending where you are in your spiritual life, I've heard many people say if you say the negative part, you're just adding to that.
So to be in like a father-involved world, or like, that's a terrible way to phrase it, but something that's positive about fathers being in children's lives.
Right. Or you could say, hey, I'm going to teach either men to become fathers, or dads to become father figures, or like something to to be a gentleman and a father, to have that daddy-daughter relationship.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, these are really, really useful thoughts, particularly at this stage. I think while I'm kind of still in this open phase of formulating what it is that I'm about and what I'm going to offer, and how I'm going to make that known. I've been finding it really, really difficult to sort of know how to hone in on this stuff, but the way you've described it's really helped me to see that.
And especially you're on a 30-day video challenge for yourself.
Yeah.
You really need to get I said, if you absolutely positively do the problem list and or the solution list, your videos will be 1,000 times better. They'll be short, direct, and to the point. You won't go on tangents. You won't have a lot of
Yeah. It's gonna be punchy.
Don't even introduce yourself after the fact, not before. Do that hook line. It's like, we want to make sure. It's like, my name's Mike, and I'm going to make sure, you don't even do that. You can either just quickly introduce yourself with no background of, do you want to have a family get together where the mom, dad, and the kids are opening presents together? Well, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how to fix your family unit before Christmas, before New Year's, before the next holiday. So if you do some kind of crazy hook line like that, because you could even go, even if you hate your partner. So your goal can be, I'm going to give you, I want to give my gift to you this year. I want to give the gift to your child of both parents together on Christmas, even if you hate your ex-spouse. Or I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to celebrate Christmas with your ex and your daughter, so you can do that and have a happy kids' Christmas. So you got to kind of word it the right way. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do that, but you're right on the zone for Christmas. And if you make that offer now and you can fix that in the next 2 weeks, that would be a great series to have.
Yeah, families tend to hate each other most at Christmas, so there's definitely some pain points there. Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how to communicate, or you can say, hey, did you know the top 2 fights are money and time? We're going to show any of you can give somebody else. It's like, hey, according to this website, if you budget properly for Christmas, you won't have debt, you won't have fights. So I know it may be too late now, but I said at least you can say, hey, 10 out of 10 kids want to see both parents opening up Christmas presents. But I would definitely take some kind of a holiday togetherness theme, because that's how you can make the videos too. You take advantage of themes, of holidays, of things that are going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then in January,
how long do you think the videos should be, like maximum?
Everything has a depends answer. If you're just doing like your 30 days of videos, make them just real quick, like 3 minutes. When you're doing the show and tell, that could be up to 90.
Okay, by show and tell, what do you mean?
Like if I was a dad and you were coaching me, and and just say you recorded this session and then you just cut it up into highlights. I asked this question, we had this breakthrough, and at the end I say, wow, we had this session, we talked about all this stuff. So you can make those longer because you can actually see the process of the questions you're asking people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But even if you do this, you can do it backwards. You can be on this screen and the other person can be blacked out like I'm doing with you.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have this will still be video and you'll still have the audio to cut too.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a really good thing. Somebody gets to stay completely anonymous, make sure they put their name not on the screen there. But you can do that. If I can just watch one session, it's like if you want to see how I broke through to make sure that this couple, even though they're not together, became adults and they had a good birthday party with their son. Watch this session. And just leave it on your channel so you can have them watch it. Like, wow, okay, that's what we get. That's how deep we get. Oh, I thought it was like watching a television show, like some kind of, those half-hour therapy talk shows on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Or you think it's like a school therapy or a church marriage counseling, because you can almost do a comparison. It's like, this is not church marriage counseling. This is not stuff you see on TV.
In terms of where people interact with these videos, I have my own Facebook page, and then I have Amy Lonton Coaching Facebook.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have your Facebook page up. Oh, your Instagram link doesn't work, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's showing no.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm on your. I almost recommend doing a YouTube channel for two specific reasons. One, YouTube is the #1 search engine for videos, and for people like for men, if I need to find a solution, I'm going to YouTube to watch a video. So the more videos you have there, you'll get the free traffic that way. Then you can also put money behind it. When people search for other types of advice, you can put your commercial right there, and then your video on the watch next. When you're on Facebook, what you can do is you can make a bunch of these. You can make like 4. If you feel, again, you got to figure out one problem and make a series of 4 videos to solve those problems. Once people watch those 4 videos, you can do what's called retargeting, and you only show the people that watched 75% or more of your video ads. So if I'm learning how to have the best birthday party with both parents involved and fix my relationship with my daughter, and I watch that video in its entirety, your next sales video only goes to the person that watched that. And you can say, hey, I'm Mike. I know that you're trying to fix your relationship with your daughter because you watched my video last week. In fact, I'm holding a master class on how to do that correctly. I'd love you to invite you on that. I'll put your information below, watch that class. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one so we can get you closer to your daughter, you can do that at the end of my seminar, webinar, master class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of the new style, is going back to the old style, where instead of forcing someone to give you information to watch something, it's like, hey, watch these 4 Goodwill videos, and then you retarget them later. And it's an easier retarget because they already saw you. Where it's like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, you watched it. I helped you fix your relationship. And even if you have like props too, like if you have like little toys and say, hey, this is nothing to you, but to your daughter it means the world if you gave it to her.
And would you? I don't know if this is your remit or not, but would you put those videos from YouTube onto put them into a private group for dads that people can sign up to?
You can do a couple of things. When you have if you do your own YouTube channel, you have the ability of public videos, or you can do a private video. And once they're up, well, like I said, if you have them locally, you can put them wherever you want. You can put them in a Facebook group privately. You can put them privately on YouTube. You can put them publicly on YouTube. So you have the ability to take one video and put it on 3 different formats. You put them on Vimeo, YouTube, and Facebook.
Cool.
And then you just got to figure out what you want to do with them. I mean, what you really want to do is if you're going to do specific video coaching, you can do a membership site, or if you don't want to spend any money, just do it on a private Facebook group. Say, hey, you can pay me whatever, $20 a month. You'll have access to this group, and you can listen in on previous sessions of other people. So you figure out what problem you solved on that session with somebody, and you name that broke through on confidence. And you can put all the videos that break through confidence in a section. And I'm a guy, and I can pay you $50 a month to listen to those and not actually use you one-on-one. And then when I'm ready, I can do it. That's why I said, if you can record these calls at a discount, you can offer people to say, if you want to get a discounted rate, we're going to record the calls and we'll use them for other men if you're okay with helping other men. So if you ever get a price objection, you can lower and offer and make this offer. We're going to record it and we're going to use it for other people. Because you do the work once and it makes you money for years.
Mm. Just writing that down.
Because that would be great. Because you actually have, if you're doing a 6-call session and you have all 6 calls and you do it a couple of times with different men, and every time you have call number 2, you have the same outcome, you can definitely make a course using real life people.
Mm.
It's okay, if you can't afford me one-on-one, I do have all the recorded sessions you can listen to, the other men breaking through. Your answer is going to be different, but the outcome remains the same. And it's kind of like a little overwhelmed call because it's not really a formal call.
No, that's cool. No, this is great. Like, these are so many things that I wouldn't have thought of myself at all. And when I am earning £2,000 from each father who's working with me, I'm definitely going to get back in touch with you and pay you lots of money to help me scale that up.
I appreciate it. But I said I would almost find a friend or family member that you can help out immediately, so you can take them through this recorded process, so you can show that you can do what you say you do. Because a lot of, like I said, I've been a victim of bad coaching, and I wish that I had some proof to somebody. Now, at least now, I can pick the right one for me because I know exactly what they do because I see their videos. Yeah. But I did one of those earthy, crunchy, didn't pay attention to me. I'm like, you just graduated coaching school and you're reading from a book, aren't you? Yeah, never mind. Like, that was a waste of my money.
Yeah.
And I've had people I paid $500 to that I got a lot of value from. So you can't really tell. Mm. But if you can make, I said, it looks like you have a slight audience already. So you can make what's called lead magnets. So you can say, hey, the top 10 things you can do right now to have your wife love you, or the top 10 things you can say to your wife to improve your relationship. The top 10 daddy-daughter things to do. If you make lists like that and you put them on a messenger bot, so when they go to your page, it'll say, hi, welcome, dads. Would you like the top 10 things you can do with your daughter for free?
And then that would be a video or a set of videos.
No, you put it on a messenger bot where they'll say yes, and now they're in your sequence and you own them because they're in your messenger bot, and all they have to do is download it.
Is that like okay, I'm going to use all the wrong words here because I made my site from scratch, which was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Let's go back. I'm just talking about your Facebook. So like when I go to your face, you can put it on your website too. When I go to your Facebook, the first thing that comes up, it says, how much are your services? Tell me more about your business. Can you assist me? Can you recommend me something? I'm going to click a button. Can someone assist me? And it says, thanks for messaging me. I'll be with you soon. Now, what I can do, again, this is free if you want to do it on your own. It's ManyChat. You can set up where you have these yes, no options, and it's if-then statements. So if you click this button, this happens. So as I click, would you like a free guide? Yes or no? I go, no. I go, well, thanks for coming. What can I help you with? And you just keep giving them options, and the messenger does it all by itself. But then they go on a messenger list, and you can get it's almost like building an email list, but it's through messenger, which gets open because it's in your face.
Interesting. How do I add that to my page?
How do
I install that?
It's manychat.com, MANY chat, CHAT.com. Actually, can you get to .com sites from England or from wherever you are?
Yeah.
So you can go. Okay, because I know sometimes I get blocked from EU sites.
No, I should be okay. MANY chat.
Correct.
So manychat.com.
Correct. Yeah, you sign up for an account. It's free. You make yourself the admin of the bot program, and then you can put it on as many pages as you're admin to. I do that a lot for restaurants. I do it for restaurants. So it's like, hey, would you like free pizza? Of course I want free pizza. If you want free, yes. What's your favorite topping? And then you pick from the 3 toppings. It's like, all right, buy any pizza, and we're gonna get you that free pepperoni pizza. Come in now.
Yeah, I can see how that works.
Messenger bots, you have about a 30% redemption. And if you ever go to a networking event and you meet somebody, you could have them just scan your badge and go right to the messenger too.
That's really cool. Okay, and can I put that on my card as well?
Yeah, you just put on a backward scan.
Oh, nice.
It's okay. You have you're on your phone now. Is your fiance near you? You can steal his phone for a minute.
I don't know where he is. Let's see if I can find him.
Let me see. I had an update. Let me see if I can get off my phone or not. Because I had it on Messenger earlier, so it said you must update. So I don't know if it updated or not.
Oh no, I can hear you.
Oh, it did. It updated. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'll check that out and definitely make use of that, because I think I mean, from the limited knowledge I have, the ideal situation is going to be getting people to my Amy Lonton coaching page and engaged in that page, so that I have a kind of ready-made group of people who are engaged to make offers to. Is that right?
Well, we got to figure out where your value is, because if you're part of a group and you answer a good question, you could say, here's my article, watch this. But if you put a bunch of videos on Facebook and or YouTube, you could continually just, as you meet people, you put them there. But don't make your personal profile your business profile, because you get in trouble for that eventually, and Facebook will kind of shut you down.
Really?
They did it a couple of months ago. They did this big swipe of everybody selling like weight loss pills and all these crazy and stretchy pants. But here, if you could see this, if you go to Messenger and it says scan code or my code. So this is my code. So if you hit the scan code, you would basically scan my picture there, and it would go right to my Messenger bot.
Okay. That's cool.
Same thing. When you do on your business page, you'll get your own little picture, and then you put it on there. Hey, scan this for free advice. Scan this for whatever. Or as you meet people, you look super high tech, because one's like, give me your phone. And you get their phone, you get to scan it, and now you have all their information. So it's like you have a really high tech business card.
Sounds like something off like House of Cards or something.
I haven't had a TV in like 30 years. I have no idea. I gave up TV in 1993, so I have no idea what's going on in real life.
Excellent. I really like the idea of making those videos of me actually coaching in session, because you're right. There is a lot of bullshit out there, so it would be good to be able to show that I actually have the adequate skills needed to do what I say on the tin, and be able to demonstrate that. That's a really good idea.
Right. Can you create a mini, maybe a 3-session course that'll give me a specific result?
Yeah.
Because if you can do that, get 1 or 2 volunteers, because at least that's quick and easy. And then what I tell other people to do is do like a 10-day of me. So you can do like, hey, 8 days of Amy, give me your email address, and every day I'm going to send you a 5-minute video on how to fix your life. But again, it goes back to what problem are you solving? What pain are you taking me away from? Or what pleasure are you giving me? Until you have that list, you got nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care how many degrees you have, how many people you've worked with. If you don't have that simple list done, you have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad you have electricity, by the way.
Oh my God, it was so stressful. And it went on for like 5 hours or 7 hours or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm very, very sorry that.
So now I'm like laughing at your other videos, like, oh, give me a call, I'll be on the deck. Like, yeah, because you don't have electricity in your house, you're gonna be hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
really rubbish.
Yeah, go with your, I don't know if your fiance is with you or not, but literally have that little night conversation of what problems have you solved in the past with your former clients, and then make your next set of videos on that, because you can actually do a scheduled content so you're not confused. So at least you know that I have 20 more days of videos. I'm going to touch X, Y, Z. At least you'll know exactly what you're talking about. You'll appear a lot more confident too. If you're talking about today we're talking about men that neglect their wives, which in turn neglects the children. And you can go next day. Today we're going to talk about how to take care of a temper tantrum child that's banging on the floor in a supermarket. But if you have that written out, you won't look as confused. Because if you get the normal everyday problems, I can relate to that, then I can go with you. Because you're using all these big fancy words and all the stuff you do. It's like, wow, I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't have that problem.
Yeah, it's not relatable.
That's fancy people problem.
Yeah. God, yeah, it's such a shift coming from a big National Health Service where you get these clients, and actually people want to know that you're a doctor, and they're there for free, and it's just such a different context of engagement. But actually the same thing is true even there, which is that actually when I talk to my clients, I have to talk in a language which is coherent, in which they understand, and where they can immediately see why they should continue coming to session, why it's going to help. So I need to tap back into that, I think.
It's literally just it's a bridge statement. All you have to do is make a bridge statement. So every time you say something that's quote unquote technobabble, you say, well, that's kind of like, and then explain it, or what that means in other words is, and explain it in English. Because I'm guilty of it too. I always try to make a point of, when I say some of these marketing words, to either use different words or make sure I do the bridge to explain it. So if I say,
that's the thing, when you're in your world, it's hard to know.
Right. Yeah. So, I need you to do retargeting. And I go, what the hell does that mean? So I say, you're going to do a retargeting campaign, which basically means we're going to ethically stalk anybody that watched your video. It's kind of like when you look on Amazon for something, and then for a week straight, you see that product in every banner ad.
I see what you mean.
So that's literally what retargeting is. That's why I try to explain it that way. It's like, hey, it's like ethically stalking somebody. You're going to be everywhere they are from now on. Yeah,
I need to definitely take out the word systemic from every single part.
You can use that, because that sounds really important, and you can use that, but you have to explain that to normal people. Because it sounds like that's definitely on honestly. If you can do an about me credibility video, if you're doing like that why I do this video, you can say that I've done many years of this type of therapy, which translates to me having the skills to do all this. And you did it on your why video. But I said it's 2019 in a couple of weeks. There's no excuse to not have video, because nobody wants to read anymore.
Yeah, I'm learning
that. I don't care how coaching works. Like, how coaching works. Too much to read. Again, very, very well written. It looks like a very clean WordPress theme, if I have to guess.
I don't even know what WordPress theme I have. I think it was like 2016 or something.
Okay, admit it. It's super clean. Everything works on it except the Instagram button. And what you have to, I remember now. I had this earlier. You have to change on the On the FAQ, you have the person who made the theme. You have their FAQs on there. One of them, because it's talking about software licenses and.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to take it. It looks like you didn't edit your site.
Oh shit! Where is that?
I'll tell you. I had all this up this morning. That's why I said I needed a minute to go fix this. Oh, your terms and licenses. You're not selling software as a service, and your company is not called Tales of Provenance.
Yeah. Okay, that was the original name of the website. That's why.
Oh, okay. It was yours. So that is your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to just make that appropriate. It looks like you took it from somebody else's stuff. Like there's no software on here. That's like somebody else's stuff.
Mm.
So if you're doing coaching, let me go back to if you're doing coaching for dads, you need that next sentence. Coaching for this kind of X kind of dads who want this type of result. Because coaching for dads doesn't mean a damn thing. It's like, oh, what, soccer, football, like baseball? Because this could totally be sports. Because you never see coaching for dads unless they're talking about, let me show you how to run a little league team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can go coaching for loving dads who want the eternal relationship with their family. Just something crazy like that, which is a statement. Because I want to find D's statement that we made. Let me just jump over. I'll share the screen in a sec. Like the one I did for D was great. Because she started out the same thing with just being a generic coach, and then we got her to that one. Here we go. I don't know if you get my volume if I share the screen or not.
I don't know.
Actually, I'll put the mic near the volume then. All right, you ready? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Dee Gupta, the Tech Professionals Performance Coach. My specialty is to actualize your inherent human genius.
A little better than I coach IT professionals.
Yeah, that is.
that was 3 hours, but I have the 3 hours of us doing that because it doesn't seem like it's a big deal.
So yeah, something catchy, something that's like makes you think, but also something that is in normal language as well and that will resonate immediately.
Right, cultivating human genius, like that's great. And then said she got it specifically for high performance tech professionals, not just the IT guy. So pick the dad you want to work with, and you go this type of dad's coach, and then the result.
Like the busy executive dad or whatever. Oh,
yeah, right. Because there's actually, I know specific women that don't have the men with this problem yet because men don't admit they have problems. But she came over from Asia, started, delivering newspapers at night and doing all this stuff. And then she became a dentist. And all of a sudden, I'm a dentist. I'm speaking on stage. I have a book. And I took my daughters, like, I hate you, Mom. I don't care that you're this successful because you haven't been here in 3 years. Like, oh, yeah, I got to change that. So she basically missed all of junior high school, even though she thought she was being the best mom ever to provide for her family, to have the good house, the nice car, the great school. It's like, yeah, thanks. I haven't seen you in 3 years. And now I'm in high school. I'm 14.
My sense is that like men more and more are kind of coming around to the realization that actually like work has dominated too much. And there's now this idea more generally that like men should be more involved in family life and should be more involved in child rearing. They're kind of coming at it blind without any of the like networks around them, support structures, experience. And so, yeah, it's absolutely for those dads who've like maybe been distant or not as involved as they want to be for whatever reason, particularly work, and who want to cultivate more authority at home, involvement, inclusion, and who want to actually like be an integral part of their child's upbringing.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that. But if you listen to, I don't have I don't have a timer on this thing, but you have to go back to this particular section. All those words you said, start writing down all those adjectives and all those words, and then you can create a sentence based on some of those words you just had. Like specifically, like disconnected. So you can go again, disconnected, executive, and then you could fix that. But I said you had a good group of words just there, but you got to write them down. And then I said you can piece together a very good sentence.
Yeah, I'll go back to this point in the recording.
It's easy. This is an easy one to find.
Write that down.
Fast forward until you see the YouTube video.
Yeah.
All right, I give you like 5 more minutes. I'm gonna go eat later. I know it's like late. It's like 9:30 where you are.
You've been really, really kind. Thank you so much. I don't want to take more of your time.
No, but if you had a specific like question, issue, problem, let me know. Maybe I can just quickly fix that or advise you and guide you to that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really, really valuable, and it's also a fantastic sales technique that I might actually copy, because genuinely, like, I've already seen all of the, like, everything that you can bring, and how valuable that is, because particularly as we're so different and my mind thinks about these things in such a different way, that's very unhelpful in this context. So I will definitely come back to you for more advice, and particularly when I can pay for that advice. Okay, you'll be top of my list.
Yeah, put some men on your advisory board, because I think you really need some men that'll be, again, because you got to get into their brains, even though you're trying to fix them. You have to figure out how to pull the problem off them. Because again, this mom, she had no idea that there was a problem until literally the kid was going to start high school. It's like, wow, you weren't there for junior high school, and now I'm a teenager. And that took 4 years to fix. So you got to get them early. So he said you got to find some guys that are going through this, or find the guys with regret. Find the guys in their like 40s and 50s, where all the kids have grown up, and interview them. Even that's a great session to have too. Interview. Hey, this is the voice of regret. Listen to this, guys.
Yeah.
Did you have anything specific you need?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that you haven't. I mean, God, there's so much, isn't there? There's so much to think about. In terms of these videos that I'm making, I think you're absolutely right. The next step is to kind of hone in on what exactly it is that I am targeting and offering. Would you, in terms of how I get those videos out there, at the moment there's not a lot of people on my coaching page. Okay. Should I focus on trying to post those videos in other people's coaching, in other people's pages or groups, like duds groups and things like that? Or should I focus on trying to keep them all in one place and bring people to my page?
Is a combination. Immediately, if you don't have Google set up Google. Get whatever your coaching name is at gmail.com. Set up the Google Suite, which is Drive, which is the Google phone number, like basically all that stuff. You set up like twice. So once you set up the Google account, then you'll have a YouTube channel. Set up the YouTube channel. Put everything on the YouTube channel, because if everything is at the YouTube channel, it's in one location. And then you can also put them in your Facebook too. So I would recommend you do the Facebook Lives. Use those videos for your Facebook, but make the nicer, maybe studio style videos. Put those on YouTube. And you can download your lives and then put them back on YouTube. Now, once they're there and you want to go to a dad group, and you go to the FAQ section of basically any forum, or on, like, I don't know if you have Alignable in England or wherever. Are you going to live in England? Or are you just visiting, or are you going to live where you are now in Brazil?
We're traveling and working as we travel for the next 7 months.
I'm a digital nomad too. I just did I did a USA tour, and I avoid winter. I'm in Florida this month because it's actually for this quarter because it's not snowing. Nice. I hate snow.
Yeah, so, I'm with you.
When you have it doesn't matter at that point then. So put all your videos there. Go to Alignable. I know it's definitely in America, so it's like a local forum, and everybody just asks questions like, hey, I'm having a problem. So if you're in all these mommy daddy groups, be the hero and go, hey, I have the answer to that. And by the way, I've created a video that actually addresses this problem, and then post the video. Because now you're not being a spammer. You're not being one of those people. You are, oh, I have the answer to your question. And in fact, I wrote an article about it. Here's the article. And have the article with a little bit of writing and then have the video embedded in it. That's why you go back to your blog. If you put all the videos on your blog as well, you own that. There's no censorship. You cannot get shut down. So if you go on a tangent and you curse somebody out, or you show CBD oil, or you smoke, you're not going to get your account shut down because it's your WordPress site. So I like doing all three.
But that's a really good idea.
Yeah, but at minimum, when you have the YouTube channel, you can do your client sessions private and then say, we're going to give you a link because you can download the audio later or download the video later. And I wouldn't even disclose the method of coaching. You can let them pick and go, if you want to do phone, you're going to pay. I don't know if people can call you up, how much that costs to call, wherever your phone number is. But I'm almost, you should actually get a dedicated line specifically and only for coaching. You could do that through Google Voice. Just so. Oh,
really?
Yeah, because I don't know if your business line is your personal line as well. That's not a good idea.
Oh, really?
If it is, you got to change that immediately, because the second you post that and I want to call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, guess where my call's going? In your bedroom. You know, but if you call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's my business line, I'll get that in the morning.
And Google Voice, you can do that.
That's free, yeah. Now, again, I don't know how it works internationally, though. I can only speak for, I have an American number and I can call all the USA. And I think you have to pay still for, let me go check since I'm online still. I've never made an international call before. I made friends in a woman in New Zealand, but she was in America, but she had a New Zealand number and I couldn't call her.
Okay, I'll try that out with Google Voice.
What's the country code?
Well, I don't actually have a SIM for where I am. That's why I just use WhatsApp call.
Okay, so WhatsApp will do phone calls?
Yeah.
I think you can do through Messenger also. You can do like this kind of video chat as well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't record though.
Yeah, it's a good idea actually having it recorded. Really good. Does Zoom do recordings?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's why
it records the video as well.
Well, here's the thing. When I'm done with this, it's what's called rendering. Rendering is basically turning this into a video. It takes about 20 minutes or so, depending on how long it is. Once it's rendered, I get a folder where I can get the full blown out video and I get the full blown out audio separately. And then I have one that's video and audio together like this. So I said, you can easily make a quick podcast out of these things too.
Yeah, really good idea. Do you have to pay for Zoom or is it free?
It's free. I have a paid account, but you can do it for free, but you can only talk to one person at a time. If you have a paid account, you can do multiple people.
Okay, that's really good.
You might have to upgrade to actually, if the free account lets you do, I think, a 30-minute multiple user. So that would be really good if you want to keep people on times. Like, because Zoom will just like, boom, cut off. Hey, we have a 30-minute conversation. That's it. 30 minutes and 1 second, you're getting shut off.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I know that's also free, but I said it's like $15 a month.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I use it every day.
Yeah, it's worked really well, actually. I'm impressed.
What you can also do is make your own video call with yourself. This is how I make my webinars. So I'll do this with the screen share and I'll talk over it and it looks really professional, and then I'll just edit it later and put some words. But I said it looks really good. If instead of getting screen capture software like Camtasia, you could just do this because you're still on the video.
Yeah, really good idea.
And when you're doing videos similar to this style, it's like, you know what? This is live. It looks live. And with Google Sheets, you can go live and have a hyperlink where it'll send you a Google voice message or a Google instant message. So if you're doing like a Google webinar, you can use Zoom.
Cool. Really, really good to know.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you from your dinner any longer.
All right. Have a good night then.
Yeah, thank you so much. You've been really kind, and I'll definitely be back in touch.
I need your email address to send you this.
Oh yeah. It's Amy Lonton.
Just quick send it over.
Say that again.
Yeah, send it through instant message, and I'll grab it. Okay. Are you in the chat box? I didn't even have the chat box open.
I don't know. Oh yeah.
It's probably on your website.
I've got it here.
Contact you. Oh yeah, Amy. It's your name at Gmail. I got it. Oh, if you have Gmail already, you have access to all these tools.
Yeah. I've got the Google Suite.
All right, perfect.
I just don't use it.
No, set it up. Hit the app. Go on Chrome. Hit the app button, and you'll see all the fun stuff. If you set up Drive, what I do every time I talk to somebody, I make them a folder. And then I just leave it in the folder, and they can go back and forth and always download. You can have the ability to download this video. It's going to be like about 3 gig.
Okay.
Do you have that? Do you have that ability to download this though, or should I just throw it on YouTube? You can watch it.
Yeah, either. Yeah, probably. I'd probably prefer to download it rather than it go on YouTube. Or is it private on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll put it private on YouTube. But if I put it in my folder, I know it's going to be like about 3 gig or bigger, and I don't know if you have the ability to download that where you are.
Oh, I see.
Do you have high-end internet?
Probably not. So yeah, probably just a private YouTube would be great.
Okay, I'll put it on YouTube, and then when you're ready, when you go back to somewhere that has like plug-in internet, I'll put it on. I'll put it there so you can download it as well.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
That's great.
All right. Have a good night.
Really nice to meet you, and I'm sure I'll be in touch with you again.
All right. Now? Make sure you get your video set up for tomorrow for your 30-day challenge.
Yeah, I know. I've got one already, but now I'm thinking, maybe I need to change that in line with what we've just talked about.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Take care.